What's up, HASfit Tribe? It's your personal trainer, Coach Kozak.
I'm Claudia, and this is a strength training workout for seniors.
This routine does require a chair and dumbbells, and we recommend having a few different weights available so that you can switch it up as needed.
We'll provide both standing and seated variations so that you can decide what's best for you.
Let's begin. Let's start our workout with a warm-up. We're going to prepare our bodies for the work that is to come. Our first move is going to be a chest opener plus a low kick. So either from a standing or seated position, we're going to start with our elbows bent at a 90-degree angle. We're going to bring those arms together and at the same time kick out with our right leg and return. Left leg and return. So back and forth, and with that upper body, I want you to try your best to open that chest up and then try to touch those hands and maybe even your elbows in the center. Might happen, might not happen. What really counts is that you give it your best here as we're opening that chest and those chest and shoulders up, regaining that proper posture, breathing throughout, and moving at a pace that you feel comfortable with. Also warming up that lower body with our little low kicks. You decide how high of a kick is appropriate for you and your fitness level. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, shaking those arms out. Next up, we're gonna do an opposite side toe touch plus a twist, another compound move. Let's start with our feet a little wider than shoulder width apart and our arms straight out at our sides. I'm going to take my right hand, hinge at my waist, and try to touch my left foot with it. Now, if you can only touch your left shin or ankle or knee, that's all right. Do the best you can. And now we're going to twist to that same side. Now with my left hand, toe touching to that opposite side, and now twist. All right, so it's bending over, toe touch, back to center, twist. There's also a little bit of a brain workout on this one too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Even for us. In the warm-ups, we had to think through this one a little bit. But nothing wrong with that. We want to work that brain too. We'll call that extra credit for today's routine. Warming up that back side, that posterior side, hamstrings, glutes, lower back.
Thoracic spine with
Thoracic
the twist.
spine with that twist. You'll find today's gonna be a very efficient workout, getting a lot of work in a short period of time. And 3, 2, 1, break. Very good. All right, speaking of workout, the time has come. We're gonna get into it today. It's just one set of every exercise, but we're gonna hit every muscle from head to toe, starting with a dumbbell neutral press plus knee raise. We need 2 lighter dumbbells for this one, moderate to lighter.
Remember, you can always use what you have around your home. So if it's a couple of water bottles or some soup cans, those would work just fine as well.
And if they're in the seat, where should their position be on this one,
Your
Claudia?
position should be with your bum scooted towards the mid to front part of your chair.
We're gonna get those dumbbells up in what we call rack position at your chin, elbows are in. I'm gonna press up with my left arm and my right knee at the same time, return back down. Now my right arm and left knee, return back down. We're gonna do 24 of these in total, 12 on each side. Ready and begin. Again, depending on your balance and fitness level, you're gonna have to determine what appropriate height you wanna raise that knee. We also wanna focus on keeping that core contracted and braced. So picture your stomach and your core as a balloon, and you're filling up that balloon and pressing out on it all the way around, not just in front. So important on this one. So we're not only working our shoulders, triceps, chest, back, and legs, but also working our core in this move. So as I've said, today's gonna be very efficient. A lot of working in a short period of time, and you're doing great.
That's 18.
Nice
Almost
and
there.
controlled, especially on that way down. Don't rush through it. Control that weight on the way down.
And last one right here. Nice
All
work.
right. All right, another compound move for you here. This time it's gonna be for our posterior chain. That's our backside. We're gonna do a high snatch pull. I'm gonna use the same weight, but you could use more or less. We're gonna have our feet hip width apart. I'm gonna have a little bend in my knees. Now I'm going to hinge at my waist, keep with a straight back, bring the dumbbells to just below my knees. And now I'm gonna explode up, bring my elbows up and back down.
So for my variation, it's all the same. We're gonna hinge, except of course, I'm gonna hinge to about my ankles, or maybe, 2/3 of the way down to my shin or so. And then we're gonna pull back up with our elbows.
Those elbows are leading the way.
That's right.
For 12 repetitions. Ready and begin. If you feel good on this one, you can also include a calf raise. So you're coming up using big power, driving off those balls of the feet, and bring those elbows up.
And we know we're using our elbows properly when we're keeping our wrists nice and straight. So if you find yourself turning this into, a wrist twist, that's when we need to just remember to pull with our elbows.
You're doing the standing variation. It's almost like you're trying to touch your butt to the wall behind you as you're going down. And both of us are really focused on not rounding our back, but keeping those shoulders retracted as we come down.
Number 10, 2 more. And
Breathing
exhale.
throughout. That's
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up.
And that was 12.
All right, I'm gonna use a little heavier weight for this next one. You can decide what's appropriate for you. We're gonna do what's called a seesaw row. We're gonna work on our back with this next one, our upper back specifically. Our feet are shoulder width apart. I'm gonna bend over on a 45-degree angle, keeping that back straight. Now with that good solid position, I'm gonna pull back from my right hand. And now as my right arm goes back down, my left arm comes up. So it's that seesaw row. We're gonna do this one for 12 repetitions on each side. So 24 in total. Nice big deep breath here. Getting into position. Right arm first, begin. That's 1, 2. Breathe throughout, keep that core tight and engaged.
And notice how we are not twisting as we're bringing our elbows up. So don't turn this into a seesaw twist. You want to keep those shoulders nice and square throughout the whole movement.
And this is one that I know the temptation is to go fast on, but we need to slow it down. This is a strength training workout. So we're going to be giving you that reminder throughout today's routine, not a cardio workout. We need that time under tension for our muscles to get stronger and build that lean muscle.
21, 22, 23, and 24. Nice work.
Next up, we're going to work on our lower body. We have a couple different variations for you. For the standing variation, we're going to do a dumbbell squat. So I want your feet shoulder width apart. My dumbbells are at my side. I'm going to start by breaking at my hips first, then bending my knees, keeping my back straight, trying to come down until my thighs are parallel to the floor, and then I'm standing back up.
So for my chair get up, I'm going to have my legs a little wider than hip width apart, and I'm going to be seated back on my chair. I'm going to have my hands right here in the middle, using my heels of my palms. I'm going to get up off of the chair, really just using my arms for balance, but really emphasizing that squeeze in the quadriceps and in the legs. And then I'm returning to starting position.
Yeah, using as much of your legs as possible and the least of your arms and upper body as necessary. All right, we're doing 12 repetitions. You decide which version is appropriate for you. Ready and begin. Slow and controlled movements on this one. Again, temptation is to fly through it. We're not in it just to get it done. We're in it for results, right? And that's what we want to make sure we're able to do for you here today. Getting results in a safe manner, strengthening that lower body. Both of these moves are working your hamstrings, your glutes, and your quadriceps. That's that big thigh muscle in front. regardless of the variation, we want to make sure that you keep your feet nice and flat on this one. Shouldn't be falling back onto your heels or forward onto your toes.
Good. And exhale as you push up in my case.
Yeah, both of us are inhaling as we're coming down, and then we're exhaling on the way up. Getting that breathing in rhythm and in tune with the movement.
Number 10.
Always exhaling on the hardest part of the move if you're unsure of how to breathe.
And here's the last one right here for number 12. Exhale and slowly return to your starting position.
So for my variation for the next one, actually our next 3 are going to be performed from the floor. I'm not going to use any weight. So if you want to get down to the floor and you feel comfortable doing so, great. If you feel more comfortable in the chair for these versions, stay in a chair. Again, that's what we like to give you, all the different tools so that you can make this workout work for you.
That's right.
We're going to perform a hollow body. It's an ab exercise next for that core. I'm going to start by bringing my shoulder blades up off the floor, gluing my lower back to the floor so I can't fit my hand in here. Now I'm going to bend my knees and bring my feet up and hold my arms up.
So for my seated variation, notice that my legs are out extended in front of me at about a 45-degree angle. Now my upper body, I'm going to keep it nice and tight, my core braced. I'm going to bring my arms up and I'm going to just slightly lean back. And I'm just going to hold it here.
So we're both holding for 30 seconds. Find
That's
your
right.
position and begin. Both of us are really focused on making that core work to hold this position.
Right. Nice and tight. And remembering to breathe.
At any point during that 30 seconds, you need to come down and take a break. That's okay, you can do so. But we're aiming for 30 unchained seconds here. That's our goal.
And if holding your arms up overhead feels a little uncomfortable, you can always bring them to your chest. Just cross them in front of your chest like so.
Not much left here. Last few seconds.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come up.
All right, so again, as I said, I'm gonna stay down to the floor for the next one. We're both working on our chest, shoulders, and some triceps here with this next one. I'm gonna perform a lying dumbbell chest press, and to get my dumbbells into position, I'm gonna place them on my knees, and then come back onto my back, place my upper arms onto the floor, feet are firmly planted on the floor, and then I'm gonna press up, bringing the dumbbells together, and then control the way back down.
I'm doing a low dumbbell fly. So I have my palms facing forward, and I have my arms flared out to about 45-degree angle relative to my body. And with my arms straight, a slight bend in my arms here, I'm gonna bring the dumbbells up, and just like I'm gonna kiss my pinkies together, and then return back to starting position.
We're both doing 12. Ready and begin.
Exhale as you bring the dumbbells up. Inhale as you bring them back down.
And we're controlling both ends of the movement here. And the temptation is always to speed through that lowering phase as the dumbbells are coming down. But we really want to fight that temptation and to resist those dumbbells as they're coming down. That's the eccentric phase. Our eccentric strength is actually stronger, but we really need to emphasize it so that we can improve our strength.
That's the halfway point. 6 more to go.
And focus on that time under tension, not using momentum or just trying to speed through it.
Here's number 9. 3 more.
And it's just this one set of these today. Get through this, and we won't have to see them again today.
That's 10. 2 more. Exhale as you bring those up. Inhale down, and last one right here.
And there's
that's
12.
it.
Very good. All right, so for my last one here on the floor, we're going to be working on our core as well as our posterior chain. A couple of different variations of really the similar move here. I'm going to perform an isometric hip up. So with my feet nice and close to my glutes, I'm going to drive off my glutes, coming up slowly. I'm going to hold up at the top for a 1/1000 squeeze in my backside, and then lower under control.
I'm going to be doing an isometric heel drag. So notice I came to the front of my chair, I'm leaning back, and I'm using my arms for balance. I'm going to drag my heels onto the ground, and when my knees get to a 90-degree angle, I'm going to give my buttocks and my hamstrings a squeeze, a contraction squeeze at the top, and then return to the starting position.
We're doing 12 repetitions. Ready and begin. So it's slow and under control here. Again, remember that temptation, fighting that temptation to speed through it. And give them that good squeeze of that whole backside on every repetition. So important that we have strong hamstrings and glutes for multiple reasons, but one of them is it protects our lower back. Everybody, worries about their lower back, and rightfully so. But so often it's because we either have a weak backside or a tight backside. So we're going to address both of those today with both strengthening and stretching exercise.
Here is number 7. Squeeze glutes and hamstrings and return.
And so many people, because they haven't worked those glutes, their glutes almost like they won't fire anymore, right? So this squeeze is great to wake those glutes up. Not letting those quadriceps or thighs take over. Make that backside do the work.
Number 10, 2 more squeezes to go. 2 more drags and squeezes.
Feeling those legs work.
11.
Burn so good.
Last one right here. You got it. And squeeze. Nice work.
Excellent. Okay, so I am going to come up now for our next exercise, and we're going to need 2 lighter dumbbells for this next one. So, and if you don't have lighter dumbbells, again, as Claudia mentioned earlier, maybe some water bottles or even soup cans will do the trick for you here. We're going to do a dumbbell front trap raise. Traps are those big muscles in our upper back by our neck. We're going to start with our feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to bend over on a 45-degree angle, kind of bend here today, right? So that core is tight while I'm here. My palms are facing me, and I'm going to slowly bring those straight arms up and return them back down. Her move looks just the same, right?
Just the same.
For 12 repetitions, ready position, and begin.
Exhale as you bring the dumbbells up and inhale down.
And as I've been saying all day, controlling that lowering phase. And if you're in the proper position on this one with your knees bent, back straight, you're also going to be feeling it in your legs, right? Just maintaining this position between your legs and your back, holding your here and your core. Again, we purposely chose these movements to be compound movements and be very efficient. Lots of work in a short period of time. Every workout you come back, repeat, you get a little bit stronger, a little closer to those goals, day in and day out, putting in that work.
2 more.
So that you can achieve those goals.
That's right. And here's your last one right here.
And there's 12.
Excellent.
Excellent work, Claudia.
Nice work out there.
Nice
Woo!
work. Way to go. Hard part is done. Now we're going to move into a cool down. The purpose of our cool down is to allow our heart rates to come down slowly. We get some added flexibility work in, and it helps reduce soreness over the next couple of days. So don't skip this part.
Don't skip it. You're going to want it.
We're both going to do our cool down stretches from a chair. So if you've been doing some standing moves, time to grab that chair and bring it over. Our first move is going to be a seated reach plus a scarecrow. So 2-for-1 move here. Scooting to the front of my chair. My legs are out straight. And I'm going to reach towards my toes, my ankles, knees. However far you can reach is how far I want you to reach. Now we're going to sit up straight. Good posture, and pull back from our hands and our elbows. That's that scarecrow. So almost like you're pulling those arms back and away from the chest. And once you get down, go ahead and dive back down into that reach. Reaching as far as you can, hold it for a few seconds, and then back up. Good posture. Arms straight up overhead. Try not to have them in front of you. Try to have them back. Very good. Again, you'll find on this one, hopefully, with every repetition, and back up, you get a little more mobile, a little more of a reach, a little more range of motion on it. Let's go one last one. Stretching our calves, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, upper back up. And here we're stretching our shoulders, chest, upper back.
Feels so nice.
Yeah, it does feel good. All right, next one we're going to do is for our hips specifically. We're going to do what's called a seated figure four. I'm going to take my left straight leg and bring it out. Take my right foot, bring it on over on top. Now I'm going to use my hands to guide that leg up. Now, depending on your hip mobility, you might be good here and you're feeling a lot of stretch. Or you might get it all the way up and you feel good. Or you want to take it all the way now and bring that foot up and apply downward pressure. Do you decide where in
Big snap.
And then if you have some snap, crackle pops, that's okay as long as there's not pain associated with it. That's all right. So a lot of tools in there to work with. You decide which extent is appropriate for you. It's all the same move, just different intensity level. Again, if you feel good here, you can apply gentle pressure. For 3, 2, 1, 0. Bring that foot down. Now, we're just going to reverse it. So my right straight leg is going to be out. Opposite foot is on top. I'm going to gently and slowly bring it up. And if you want, and you feel good here, you can stay here, or you can bring that foot up. And don't be alarmed or surprised if one side is tighter than the other, right? I mean, I think, Claudia, you found that out in warm-ups, right?
My left side is always tighter than my right side.
So that's okay. That's why we're working them both. Don't let that be of an alarm to you. But just try to keep good posture on this. I know the temptation is to kind of sink down because it doesn't feel as, it feels more comfortable, but keep good posture, making sure we're getting the most out of this.
Shoulders are rolled back, head up, chest up, shoulders nice and square.
For 3, 2, 1, relax. All right. Last one we're going to do is called a waterfall. We're going to focus on our wrists, forearms, biceps. Let's go and start with that palm facing straight up and my elbows in. Then take my opposite side hand and I'm going to gently pull back on those fingers. And as I'm pulling back on the fingers, I'm going to bring my elbow up and feel that stretch all throughout the wrist, forearm, biceps. We're just going to hold here. Taking a few nice, big, deep breaths. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Same move, opposite side. Now left hand is straight up, gently pulling all the way back, and we're just going to hold. And we're going to take a moment here to just be proud of yourself, be proud of what you achieved today.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what else your day has in store for you, but you can feel good about crossing this one off the list. You got it done. You could have come up with a million excuses not to exercise today, but you got it done anyway. You overcame those excuses. For 3, 2, 1, 0. Very good. And one of the ways that we found to help you stay consistent, stay on track, and keep moving towards that goal is following a complete exercise program.
And those exercise programs can be found on the HASfit app.
So go ahead and download it now and check it out.
And if you have a social media, don't forget to like us on whichever one is your favorite.
Until next time, I'm Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia.
And we will see you at your next workout.